So, you might know me as the achievement guy of the Doys, but how did that come to be? How did I get to such a high number of Gamerscore? Well, you've come to the right video. Join me as I take you back to the beginning where it all started. "2012, in the beginning. Sometime around 2012, I was bored scrolling through YouTube, and I came across a video called Fails of the Week from the YouTube channel Rooster Teeth. From this, it led me to watching more and more of their content, including their brand Achievement Hunter. Of all of their members, my favourite was Ray Narvaez Jr., who was also known as the achievement guy of the group. In fact, I'm wearing some of his merch right now. You can find similar items like this at their store, frameratemerch.com, link in description. I thought that achievement hunting sounded like something really fun to do. However, there was just one issue. I did not own an Xbox. The only time I had ever played on one is when my friend Tyler came over. In fact, you could argue my first achievement hunt was helping him get his knife gold in Black Ops 2. Let's just say that whoever was playing as the guest account would be the one who seemed to get the bloodthirsties required to get the knife gold. And so we would switch. And then the other guest account would get the bloody bloodthirsties. This happened probably 4 or 5 times before we got that knife gold. But hey, we bloody did it. 2013, getting an Xbox. In 2013, I got an Xbox 360 for my birthday. What I didn't get with it were some games, so I had to go out and find some. The first games that I got were Battlefield Bad Company 2 and International Cricket 2010. A game I really need to go back in 100%, I'm so close to having it done. Both of these games were bought off Tyler. This was then followed by convincing my mum to buy me some Microsoft points to buy Minecraft. This is the first game I earned my first ever achievement in, unlocking a total of 13 achievements during my first day of playing. Not long after this, I purchased both Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 3 from EB Games, giving me a nice collection of games to choose from. My first ever completion also came in Minecraft, with the achievement When Pigs Fly being the last one to be unlocked. Just remember this, I completed Minecraft in 2013. However, it is to be noted back then that Minecraft was an arcade game, thus only had 200 Gamerscore instead of the usual 1000 for a completion. My first proper completion, however, was Destroy All Humans Path of the Furon, which was a really fun completion due to my childhood favourite games being Destroy All Humans 1 and 2. Man, if only these were on Xbox. Aside from this, I also got a couple of games from Hamish, first borrowing GTA 4 from him, and then buying Black Ops 2 from him for only $20. Somehow, in 2023, this is still a better deal than I've seen anywhere else. And, thanks to Games with Gold, I began my first Telltale game, The Wolf Among Us. 2014, last year of school. My list of games began to broaden. Games with Gold netted me 2 amazing games in Sleeping Dogs and Far Cry 3, and I purchased games such as the original Borderlands, the Batman Arkham series, and the newest game to be released, GTA 5. Please note, it is 9 years since this game has been released, and it is still the most recent GTA game. I also picked up Skyrim, not because I wanted to play the game, but because the girl that I had a crush on at the time said, "I love this game," so of course I bought it. It wasn't just these big AAA games that I was playing at this time. Games like Monopoly Plus and Trivial Pursuit Live were also added to my library and easily completed. Hell, I even got the free Fast and the Furious Forza game. Do note though, that I didn't actually play this game until 2016, and I didn't 100% it until 2021, when I started watching the movies for the first time, for reasons. 2015, university life. So, with my high school time over, I packed up and went to university. However, I did not have a TV, so I left my Xbox at home. The only times I could play Xbox was during the holidays, which led to a bunch of games being crammed into the small time I had off. Whilst I was away though, Tyler needed a Smurf account to play Destiny, so he borrowed my account, unlocking 23 achievements in Destiny. This will be important later. At the end of the year, as a reward for my good work at university, I bought myself not only an Xbox One, but Black Ops 3. 2016. Multiplayer madness. So, back in the day, our internet plan wasn't exactly great. We only had limited data, which, for a lot of my high school years, was limited to 3 gigabytes a month. Eventually that grew to 10, and at around this time, we were at 30 gigabytes a month, otherwise known as the size of a regular game these days. So, moving into a flat with unlimited data, I could use and abuse to my heart's content, and with the addition of a hard drive, I could increase my games library vastly. However, most of 2016 was spent playing Black Ops 3, either multiplayer or zombies. In fact, as of time of recording this, I have over 1,000 hours in the game. This didn't mean I didn't really unlock achievements, as I was almost able to unlock every single achievement in the game, including all of the zombies Easter eggs, thanks to Leith, Isaac and Hamish. Hell, I even used my first achievement guide this year, being Ray's playthrough of Goat Simulator. So, do you remember how I said that Tyler used my account to play Destiny? Well, one day I was at EB Games in Wellington, and I got Destiny for like $10. I stuck in the game, I loaded it up, and suddenly all I heard was ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. All 23 of the achievements that he unlocked on my Xbox 360 account were now unlocking on my Xbox One account. With the hype around Black Ops 3 beginning to wind down, games such as GTA 5, Halo 5, which my flatmate purchased for himself, despite, not owning an Xbox One, and Rainbow Six Siege began to take its place. Those last two games were very big for Doy's Gaming, as Halo 5 was the first video game where a group of us recorded for a YouTube channel.
I don't know what difficulty it's on.
Be careful, they can still drop you like you're hot, but conveniently none of us are.
Heroic.
And Rainbow Six Siege, which is where our channel began.
Oh shit!
Hey,
Over by
we want
Aviator
some
room.
bread,
He's on the
lay.
stairs. It's black bed.
Hey, we want some bread, lay. Hey, we want some bread, lay.
Also this year, the remaster of Skyrim came out, which I downloaded but didn't play until I got home as a reward for finishing my next year of university. 2017, and so it begins. Despite all of these games being played by me, I was still yet to hit 100,000 Gamerscore after 4 years. Leith, who was also close to hitting 100,000 Gamerscore, decided to challenge me to a race. While Leith did have a large number of Telltale games he could play to easily get to 100,000 Gamerscore, I ended up getting there before him, getting my 100,000th Gamerscore in the game Valiant Hearts: The Great War. I also work on 100% completing Skyrim. Before I left for university in 2015, I decided to do a new playthrough of Skyrim, trying to get every achievement and finish every mission. Obviously, I did not get close to finishing every mission, but also, I didn't get all the achievements. There is one missable achievement in Skyrim, requiring you to collect 15 artifacts. And of course, I missed one of the 15 artifacts I needed to 100% this. However, in this remaster, I made sure not to miss out on this achievement, and 100% of that damn game, including all of the DLC achievements. The same cannot be said about the Stick of Truth. Between the Xbox 360 and Xbox One versions, I have beaten the game about 5 times, and I have missed at least one missable weapon or clothing 5 times. Again, as of time of recording, I am still yet to 100% either of those games. The combination of Telltale games and Lego games, a lot of which were completed by my flatmates who were borrowing my Xbox 360, helped my gamerscore increase quickly, but it wasn't all easy games. With the remake of Modern Warfare coming out, I made it a goal to 100% this game. Sounds easy, right? Well, we have not one, but 2 difficult achievements. While the original Modern Warfare had an achievement to beat the training course in 20 seconds, the remaster included a second achievement to beat it under 15 seconds, which is so much harder. Oh, and we can't forget Mile High Club. And, since I'm such a brain genius, I said I wasn't going to bet until I 100%ed this game. Let's just say I started those last 2 achievements at about 10 o'clock at night, and I mean 3 AM had never felt so good.
Fuck that.
One day, when I did not have to go to university, I decided to go out and buy some kitchen supplies. I must have been really excited about it because I woke up at 7 AM instead of my usual 9 or 10 AM. By the time I got back, it was still like 8:30 or so I decided to play some achievement games. This became the first day where I completed multiple games in one day, being Cell Damage HD, 3/4 Home, and Letter Quest. But just like 2015, with a new Call of Duty coming out, World War II, it took up a lot of my time. 2018, ball starts rolling. January 1st brought a lovely New Year's sale. I bought a few games here and there, and within the first week of 2018 I had completed the following games: Black the Fall, Duke Nukem 3D, Abzu, Candleman, This Little Acre, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, What Remains of Edith Finch, Virginia, Inside, and 3 Telltale games. Finally, in August, I got to 200,000 Gamerscore, this time in Goat Simulator. I remember that so well because I was like struggling to try and figure out, oh fuck, how do I get, what game do I need this, what do I need this in for? I can't remember what the Gamerscore was, but it was like I think it might have been 25 Gamerscore I needed. I'm like, fuck, what game can I play? What game can I play? And I was like going through and I was like, oh, Goat Simulator's got the DLC now. So I bought the DLC and got, I think, the first achievement or whatever, and it was like 25 games. I'm like, yes, I got it. I also decided to get the Bedrock version of Minecraft on PC. And once again, the achievements began to roll in. A month after this, Ray streams himself getting 1 million Gamerscore. It was such a hype moment, as he was the first person I knew to hit that milestone. Obviously there were a few before him, but there weren't people that I was been following for over 8 years. Surprisingly, by this point, I was yet to play the Easy Avatar game. If you do not know about this game, this was the original easy achievement game, requiring about 5 minutes for it to be completed, and all you had to do was mash B. With this game becoming backwards compatible, I added that to my collection of completed games. Speaking of easy games, a month after this, the first of the Radalaka games were completed. This company is well known for pumping out easy completions every week, being around 5 to 20 minute completions. Just like in 2016, a big game releases at the end of the year that I'm really excited to play, and just like 2016, I wait until my exams are over and I go home to play it. However, unlike 2016, this game released a day before I went home. I remember coming home after my last exam, turning on my Xbox and loading this game so that it was all 100% ready to go the next day. I then played Warzone. No, I didn't. It wasn't even Warzone then. It was Blackout. I then played Blackout with Little Sam. It was his first time playing Blackout, and it was my first time playing with someone that wasn't Leith. We finished second. It was the craziest game, and he had said, oh yeah, I'll play one game. This game took like half an hour. Oh, good times, good times. It was such a good day. And then I came home, and then I was finally able to play it. The game that I've been talking about the whole time, the Spyro trilogy. I began this on the 14th of November, starting with my favourite of the three, Spyro 2. Within a week, this game was 100% completed, netting myself a nice 3,000 Gamerscore. This was probably one of my favourite games to 100%, because Spyro is one of the games that I used to play when I go to my friend's place during the school holidays when I was in primary school. You know what wasn't my favourite game to 100%? Albedo, Eyes from Outer Space. Sure, it's an easy 1,000 Gamerscore, but good lord, this is the definition of literal trash. I'm not someone who gets like queasy from motion blur or horrendous graphics like a lot of people, but this game, oh my eyes could not handle it. I'm so glad it took less than an hour to complete this, otherwise I would have fucking shot myself. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but boy howdy, it was, how you say, not good. 2019, another milestone down. 2019 is when the real easy games began to creep their way in more and more. But don't worry, I have a new shooty bang bang game to steal time from me. Around the start of 2019, a new Battle Royale released, Apex Legends. And Isaac and I spent a long chunk of our days playing this. While I'm not someone who loves games with multiplayer achievements, I managed to unlock all but 4 of the achievements in this game within the first week or so. Fast forward to 2021, and Isaac and I returned to Apex Legends, with me getting 3 of the 4 missing achievements that I hadn't got, leaving me with the grind to get to level 50. And, which seems to be a running trend in this video, as of recording, I have not yet gone back to 100% it. Once I moved back into my flat for the new university year, I spent a lot of time with both Quantum Break and Far Cry 5. One night, I remember that there's this game that has an achievement relating to the real life moon cycle. I needed to play that game on a night where there's a full moon, and also start my playthrough at about 8 PM. I checked the moon cycles, and the next full moon was that night. I look at the clock. It is about 8 PM. I am losing my mind at how perfectly timed this is, and White Noise becomes the next game that I 100%. While the achievement side of my life is going well, the rest of it was not, and by the end of March, I drop out of university and move home. That April, I smash out 18,000 Gamerscore, including 5,000 on the first. This also included another horrible game, where the bees make the honey. I do not know how you can make a game so bad it lags when nothing is happening. Worst of all, this fucking game got DLC, so I had to play it again. But hey, 2,000 Gamerscore is 2,000 Gamerscore. Speaking of horrible games, Rainbow Six Siege. Don't worry, I'm not meaning the game itself is horrible. Just the achievements. On the 7th of June, I grinded out the last of the 100 defend missions in Terrorist Hunt.
Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Each mission takes about 10 to 15 minutes to complete, so doing it 100 times, it takes a little while. I feel so good about myself, having spent so much time working on this achievement. Sure, the big numbers are nice, and the easy 20-minute games are fun, but sometimes those really long grinds are so rewarding and so much better. Anyway, on June the 12th, Rainbow Six Siege changed a whole bunch of achievements, including the Terrorist Hunt mission that I just did. What did they change it to? Win a game of secure area. So, you know how I said each Terrorist Hunt mission takes about 15 minutes? Winning a game of secure area takes about 15 minutes. Oh, but don't worry, if I didn't know that the achievements have changed, I would have found out anyway, as Leith the Bastard sent me a Snapchat later that day showing he also had 100% of Siege. Around this time, Sam wanted to help me out in getting Gamerscore, and he gave me the Xbox 360 game Surf's Up. However, this is not a backwards compatible game, so I didn't really have time to play it, as I was more focused on my Xbox One. One day, the Xbox Live servers were down, and since Hamish has my Xbox home, I couldn't play any game. So, I loaded up my 360 and chucked on Surf's Up, and began to work through that. Throughout the day, I'd try and check Xbox Live on the 360, but it would never connect, so I thought that the servers were still down. Once I 100%ed the game, I tried again, and they were still down. I thought this was odd, and after checking Twitter to see that the servers were up, I did a little bit of investigation. It is during this time that I realised that my Xbox 360 is trying to connect to my old flat's Wi-Fi instead of my home Wi-Fi. The month after this, I hit 300,000 Gamerscore in LEGO Harry Potter. 2020. This is where the fun begins. I began the year focusing on Life is Strange 2, since this is basically just an indie version of the Telltale games. However, things are uneasy. I'd been getting abused at my job by both my boss and the customers, and with a large fire breaking out before we started after the Christmas break, things were definitely not running smoothly there. Plus, during that time, I was the only office worker there, despite only being there a couple of months. This left me with a month's worth of orders to enter on my own, plus any orders that were sent in during that time. Also, things in the world were getting a bit uneasy as well. We had the Fakari eruption and also the death of Juice WRLD on the same day, and this little known thing called COVID-19 began to spread everywhere. So, I began to use the achievements to escape from all of this. That February, I unlocked 25,000 Gamerscore, which is even more impressive when I checked and realised this was mostly done in the weekends due to the fact I was working during the weekdays. This was also around the time where I decided to buy Xbox Game Pass, so my games library at this point drastic go up. This is where two of my favourite games first arrived. Thief Simulator was a completely silly game, but it was so addictive. Like, it had the grindy aspect of having to steal things, to get money, to buy upgrades, to steal things, to get money, to buy upgrades, to advance the story. But I just couldn't stop, it was so much fun. Unfortunately at the time, the game had a few glitched achievements. I did go back to this game in 2022 to complete it, but one of the achievements for starting New Game Plus was unobtainable, as somehow, in an update, New Game Plus had been removed from the game. I have since gone back to this game and completed it as they restored it in another update. Then, we have The Walking Dead final season. While most Telltale games are literally just play game, get achievement, this one was different. Instead of just playing the game, you had to go out and find collectibles. So, I used a guide on true achievements, and let me tell you, the guy who wrote this guide was amazing. It was written so well that nothing was spoiled in the game, and I was still able to make my own choices without being forced to do it for an achievement. And man, I was so glad that I was home alone when I started those final 2 episodes because, and this is a spoiler alert, I do not care that this game is, 4 or 5 years old. This game, you need to play it if you haven't played it. If you love The Walking Dead, you gotta play all the seasons, but oh my god, this one. There was at least 2 or 3 occasions where this game wrecked me emotionally. Firstly, and this one wasn't exactly, an emotional moment, but it was the first dance that Clem had with Violet. Side note here, if these Walking Dead games have taught me anything, it seems that I seem to gravitate towards the reddest of red flag girls. Like, even though I know she still kills Doug or Carly, I still stick up for Lily. And then when it comes to this game, Violet, who's not as bad as Lily, but still very abrasive, is one of my favourites. This scene wrecked me, mostly because you finally get to see the softer side of Violet, but also for a personal reason involving a close friend of mine. Then we have the barn scene, after Clem gets bitten and has to tell AJ to kill her. Once he swung that axe, I had to pause the game just so I could let all this emotion out. Finally, towards the end of the game, when it is discovered that Clem's actually alive, that was it. That was it for me. I'm like, nope, I tap out, this game's too emotional. Well, I spent a lot of time during lockdown playing Modern Warfare, and also being happy that my Xbox didn't die day one of lockdown like my speaker and my laptop. I did still grab some achievements. It wasn't until May that I had another big completion I could be proud of. Well, I would have had it if the final achievement in Modern Warfare 2 Remastered hadn't glitched on me. Instead, I had to wait a few more weeks for the remaster of Saints Row 3 to get a long-ass completion under my belt. This completion was 40 hours. Why? Because there's an achievement to play for 40 hours. Thankfully, I was bad enough at the game where the 40-hour achievement unlocked as I was finishing the final achievement. Not too long after that, I bought and completed the base game of Modern Warfare and hit my next milestone of 400,000 Gamerscore in the Xbox One version of Minecraft, a game which I finally completed a few days later. Alongside this, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, geez, a lot of remasters in 2020, huh? Was another fun completion, as was the Destroy Humans remaster. I also purchased the Walking Dead Definitive Collection, which included episodes 1 to 4, as well as the Michonne episode, with the goal in mind being that my 500,000th Gamerscore achievement would be the final achievement in the 4th season of The Walking Dead. So I put that to the side, not thinking I'd get there for a little while. I'd just hit 400,000 Gamerscore. What I did not plan on was smashing out 34,000 Gamerscore in October and 26,000 in November. So, on December the 7th, I booted up the final episode of Season 4 and got to 500,000 Gamerscore. 2021. After this hot streak, I cooled off a lot on the Gamerscore grind. I had a new job, thanks to Brad, and eventually started dating my first girlfriend as well, so I didn't have as much time as I used to, especially since Friday nights were movie night. It wasn't until the end of June / start of July that I began to get back in the swing of things. This included 50,000 Gamerscore in a month, where I netted my 600,000th Gamerscore in the game Butterfly. What is Butterfly? It's just one of those trash 10-minute completion games. This is also around the time where I had a bright idea to create groups for my games. The games were grouped by how long it takes to complete them, However, after this massive July, I only unlocked 13,000 Gamerscore from the months of August and September. During this time, I still had to work during lockdown, and come October time, the bad moments started to make their way back in my life, namely being dumped. So, just like I did in 2020, I used achievements to get rid of the pain and unlocked 22,000 Gamerscore in October, including 100%ing Far Cry 6. The GTA remasters began to drop around this time also, and the ambulance missions in these games really sucked out my soul, especially this moment in GTA 3. So, for those of you who don't know what this means, there's an achievement to get 100% in the game. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, you need to do the ambulance missions to get that. And alongside this, it has its own achievement for completing the ambulance missions. The issue is, for 100%, you need to do this on all 3 islands. No issue, you think. You can just beat the game and then go back to it and complete it. Well, no, there is an issue. Once the Mafia turns on you, it's on site with them. So, if you drive your ambulance anywhere near you, they'll shoot at it. The issue here is that they all use shotguns. And in this game, shotguns, very, very strong. It only takes 1 to 2 direct shots to blow up your ambulance, failing the mission. So, you really need to get this done before they turn on you. Because of this, I've only completed about 4 missions in GTA 3. When it comes to San Andreas, it's not that bad, but the size of the game really stops you from going for 100%. Meanwhile, Vice City was a fun story to play, probably the best of the 3 remasters, and since I unlocked all of the missable achievements, I just need to go back and collect the missing achievements to 100% that game. 2022, Trash Sock. By this point, you might have noticed that I hadn't really been talking much about the games I'd been playing. Well, that's because around this time, a lot of the games were these easy trash games whose main appeal was easy gamerscore in short time. A lot of these games take around 10 minutes, and when there's so many of these games to play, the longer completions they don't really seem worth it, despite the satisfaction it brings once you complete them. Like for example, I hit 700,000 gamerscore in the first week of 2022 in a game called Reva and the Cyclops Curse. To 100% the game, you don't even need to beat the game. You just need to beat up to a certain point in the game and boom, 1000 gamerscore in 35 minutes. And of course, that's not it for these games. They'll get you to beat up to a certain point, and you'll get your 1000 gamerscore. Then a few months later, they'll release an update. You beat like 3 more levels, there's another 1000 gamerscore. And then they just repeat this until you get 5000 gamerscore in about an hour's worth of playing time. There is also the advent of Minecraft achievement worlds. What used to be certain maps for certain updates is now a fully fledged world where you can run through it and get every achievement in mere seconds. And, with so many ways to play the game score really adds up. The Bedrock version, the Bedrock PC version, the iOS version, yes I use my tiny ass iPod to play this, no I do not recommend it, and even the Nintendo Switch version all have separate achievement lists. All of these games can connect to one achievement world. So you can run through it 4 or 5 times to unlock every single achievement. Then, with the release of the Xbox Series X/S, you have games that are re-released, remastered, if you will. Why are they remastered? I do not know. You cannot tell the difference. The only difference is that this is the Xbox Series X/X version. This means that for some of these easy games, you can rack up 2 times the gamerscore. For example, the game Lab Crisis currently has 3000 gamerscore available. You can get this. So, in 1 hour, which is my total playtime over these 2 games, I've racked up 6000 gamerscore. Now you can say, oh, well the PC version and Xbox version is different, but this is the same for Xbox One version and Xbox Series X/S version. And hell, even some of them get PC versions, so you can get 3 times the gamer score. It's gotten so bad, in fact, that in 2023, a game called Abs Animals was released, where all you do is open the game, wait 10 minutes, and unlock 1,000 gamer score. You do not have to do anything. What are the controls? Right stick moves the camera. That is it. Absolute trash game. I need a drink. Aha, Brooke vision. It's fucking raining though, look at it. Look at it. You can't really... Huh. Alright, door shut. But I gotta get a drink. Ah. You still recording? Jesus! Look at it! Look at it! Jesus fucking Lorenzo! Alright. Door shut. Cool. Let me get that drink. Give me a nice Mexican cola. And now, I gotta get back. Good Lord, it's wet. Ah. Anyway, where were we? Around winter time, we had renovations going on at home, so my Xbox was bundled up and stored away while this was going on. And even though I was still able to play games like Stardew Valley on PC, I was only able to unlock 1,000 gamer score in June. 1,000. For a whole month. I could get that in 5 minutes, but I got that in a month. That's fine though, as July arrived and I hit 800,000 gamer score in House Builder. September and October brought more gamer score for me, catching me up on what I had missed. In fact, on the 25th of October, I unlocked 21,000 gamer score in one day. One day! A lot of this, however, was due to more shady achievement unlocking methods. The company that had released the Airy series, along with some other flying simulators, had released a cheat code. This cheat code was used to skip levels, which also unlocked the achievement for beating each level. And this worked on every game they released. Initially, the only way to unlock it was to plug in a keyboard and, hear me out, this is the stupidest thing ever, plug in a keyboard and type the word go. You hit that, boom, achievement unlocked, next level. Boom, achievement unlocked, next level. As of writing this, they have been forced to remove this cheat code, which is good for the state of games. My biggest completion came in September. The main reason that I purchased an Xbox S and not waited for a Series X to be available was that I really wanted to play Destroy Humans 2 when it came out, and I did not know if the Xbox Series X would be available at that time. If I remember correctly, it wasn't, so this was a good choice. And boy, do I remember that completion. During a routine day at work, I picked up something and felt just a sharp pain. What followed felt like someone had cut a wire on my back. I could barely move without being in pain, and after trying to stretch it out and a lovely painkiller cocktail, I ended up driving home. I probably shouldn't have done that, but no one was picking up their phones, so I had to drive home on my own. So, not being able to move, like legitimately, the only way I could get off my bed was to roll sideways, land on my knees, and then have to pull myself up. It was pain. But that entire weekend, the only thing I could do was play Xbox. So I loaded up Destroy Humans 2 and completed it before I went back to work on Tuesday. During this playthrough, I had a very interesting glitch help me out. In this game, you can go back and replay missions, and you can have cheats on, like invincibility or unlimited skate. Another thing this game was really well known for was its crashes. It probably crashed about 7 or 8 times whilst completing this game. One of the times it crashed was when I was re-attempting a mission with all the cheat codes on. Anyway, I load the game back up and I start to play the next mission and I realise the cheat codes are still on. Yes, The cheat codes that are only available when you replay a mission were active in the game for me. So this really helped me get that 100% completion. There was also a very interesting moment where I wanted to finish a game before going to bed on a work night. I was probably 85% of the way through when it hit midnight. Now, the smart thing to do would be to go to bed and finish it the next day, as I had to wake up at 6. Nope, not me. I stayed up all of about 2 minutes before we suffered a power cut. So obviously the universe was telling me, no, go to bed. After starting the year under 700,000 Gamerscore, I didn't really expect to hit 800,000 Gamerscore that year. So, imagine my surprise when, on the 20th of November, I hit 900,000 Gamerscore in the game Oniros, leaving me with 100,000 Gamerscore to get to the million. 2023, 1 million? Now, obviously, it's always been a goal to hit a million Gamerscore, but it wasn't until this year that I publicly stated it. I put it out on Twitter that my goal was to hit it before the end of the year. I started the year at 915,000 Gamerscore, and January started off slow, even though I started The Walking Dead on PC this time. I ended up unlocking 18,000 Gamerscore for the month of January, and then February happened. Over 40,000 Gamerscore was earned that month, meaning that in the last 4 years, I had earned over 113,000 Gamerscore in the month of February, which is really funny considering February is the shortest month. We enter March, and after a week or two, things start moving in a good way again. Firstly, I spent a good chunk of February trying 100% LA Noire, only for the last achievement to glitch and not unlock. However, I kept trying to convince it to unlock, and on the 11th of March, I finally got it, alongside a couple of Overwatch achievements, and 3 updates worth 3,000 Gamerscore. Then, I got that Minecraft itch again, specifically the 360 version. As I'd mentioned earlier, I'd 100% of both the Xbox One and Bedrock editions of Minecraft, but just not the 360 version. And, just like the Xbox One version, I couldn't just load up an achievement world to knock it out quickly. Furthermore, just like the Xbox One version, this version of Minecraft had the battle minigame achievements. Now, when I unlocked it on the Xbox One, I had a few broken controllers that were able to link up to my Xbox One to be used. However, I still needed 4 controllers for my Xbox 360. I knew I had 2, a wired and non-wired one, so I sent out messages to my friends asking, hey, do you have an Xbox 360 controller? And of course, the one that did was the one that lives 20 minutes away. So I went on TradeMe to buy a 3rd controller. While I waited for that, I continued to unlock the rest of the achievements in Minecraft. Some were easy, like activating a conduit or bribing a dolphin, whilst others included the dreaded supersonic achievement for flying through a 1x1 block going at least 40 miles per hour, as well as the sniper duel, which is for killing a skeleton from 50 meters away. Between the bad Minecraft AI, random glitches, including one of the skeletons being set on fire despite the fact it was underneath cover, as well as one of the trapped skeletons despawning, this was the last main game achievement I unlocked. Come March 20th, the controller arrives. I get it all set up before remembering, hang on, don't I have a 3rd Xbox controller? I dig through my Xbox bag of wires and controllers, and sure enough, I have a 3rd controller. It is also during this time that I load up the iOS version and the Nintendo Switch version, which at the time had a glitch where the game wouldn't load past 66%, but was miraculously fixed for this day. It's like it's a sign, this is the day you're going to beat Minecraft. And had them idling in the Minecraft achievement world, as that's the last achievement I needed on both versions, whilst I knocked out the last 2 Xbox 360 achievements. Once the 100 days had passed in-game, I was the proud owner of 100% of Minecraft versions on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, Bedrock, PC, iOS, and Nintendo Switch. This left me less than 8,000 game score away from the 1 million. Fast forward through some more easy games, and this left me 765 gamer score before reaching 999,000 gamer score. I carefully planned out the achievements I needed to get, and on the 22nd of March, I used 3 games to get to 999,000 gamer score. Wanting to unlock the 1 million gamer score with a certain game, I decided that coming Sunday would be the day I get it. Why Sunday, you ask? Well, that is the first day of my weekend, as I work Tuesday to Saturdays. So I thought, why not wait for the first day where I have an entire day just to focus on this? So, for the next 3 days, I did not touch my Xbox in case of accidentally retroactively unlocking an achievement, aside from joining party chats to do NFL mock drafts. And so we find ourselves. Sunday, 26th of March. I load up my 1 million game score game and begin.
That's racing Toretto style! Yeah, son!
Oh, heck yeah!
That's racing Toretto style! Oh no! Yeah, son! Oh no!
Oh, I thought we had it! Told you I was the best! You've done it. You have arrived at the final show.
And there it is. 1 million Gamerscore. After just shy of 10 years, I hit this milestone, being the 4th person in New Zealand to hit it. Not bad for someone who didn't really start achievement hunting until 2017, huh? A huge thank you goes out to Macca, Bills and Chivo guides for their excellent guides that I have used over the years, and especially to Ray for being the person to inspire me to get to 1 million Gamerscore. I still remember watching his Twitch stream where he hit the 1 million Gamerscore mark and thinking, this will be me one day. And what do you know? Here we are. Thank you all for watching my journey through the years of achievement hunting, and I'll see you again on Tuesday for some fun Rocket League action. See you guys.